running
now
backs?
he's some wide receivers. But he's a franchise. He's got a franchise tag on him. Would you expect him to deal with the same level of maturity with this, no matter how it proceeds in the next several months?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it'll be the same level of maturity. I don't know what their strategy will be. You know, if they feel like they even need a strategy, you know, that kind of goes back to the agent, I think, more than the player. But Ray Rice is a man. You know, he loves football. He wants to be in there with his teammates. And I'm hoping he'll be there from day one. I would expect him to be there from day one. But if he's not, I'm not going to hold it against him as a coach. You know, we just need the best Ray Rice that's possible, you know, in the first game.
How do you deal with that as a head coach? Are you constantly checking with Oz, Dick, saying, hey, is this done yet?
No, you know, you don't do that because that put undue pressure on those guys. I think you got to be careful about how much pressure you place on your guys. You know, Pat Moriarty is our chief negotiator, does a great job. Ozzy knows what he's doing, so you know, they all want a deal. Ray's agent wants a deal. I pray, I cross my fingers and my toes. You know, I hope. Does that count?
Yes, it does.
I think the prayers.
Is there something about this organization, that this organization gets it done? You know, always. I think Steve spoke to that yesterday, and I think you hear that all the time. That there's peace of mind for you. Like, if it's meant to be done, it gets done because the Ravens get it done. Historically.
Yeah, Nestor. It's like, okay, well, what does that mean? Does that mean you overpay a guy, like a lot of organizations do, or go crazy just to get it done and put your future in jeopardy as an organization? You know, I think it'll be. Well, I think what you're saying is right. It gets done because it's a very fair offer. You know, and we've done that with all of our guys. You know, we put great offers out there for those guys, and they want to be there. Right? It's a great organization to be part of. It's a great city. Best fans in football. You know, our players recognize that. And they want to be a part of it.
Things about it, though. I'm probably not hearing it daily progress report, but do you get positive vibes about how the negotiations are going with the players?
Yeah, I get positive vibes about how they're going. I think it's going well. That doesn't mean anything's imminent, you know, but because it takes a long time. But very positive vibes about where it's going.
Coach, what have you seen from Paul Kruger as far as being kind of that edge setter, run stopper that Jarrett Johnson was? You know, do you see him kind of filling that role next year?
Well, I think Paul's probably the leading candidate for the Sam linebacker job, and I could very definitely see him doing that. You know, it's funny when we lost. It's not funny, but it's real. When we lost Jared, I went back and watched all Paul's tape. You know, watched every one of his plays from last year, just to try to get a feel for whether or not would we be comfortable with him in there. And he did a nice job of coverage. He set the edge well. Obviously, he's a very good pass rusher. You know, I believe Paul can do it. I think he will do it. Talk to him on the phone. He's committed to doing it. It means everything to him. You know, he wants to be that guy, and he wants to do it. You know, as well or better than it's been done for the Ravens. You know, so that's what you want out of one of the players.
What did you really see come on for him last year? What do you think contributed to kind of his breakout?
Well, what he told me was he just kind of decided that it was time to become a player. That he figured out what it meant to be a pro. How hard he had to study, how hard he had to work. You know. It's a process for guys. You know, maybe he took a couple steps, in the maturity department, and he just got better as a player.
Every team goes through self-evaluation in the offseason. When you look at that squad, what is it as you head into this year? Not so much change, but what do you want the mission statement to be for your guys?
Right. Well, improvement, like you said. It's not so much change. We have to be better in certain areas. We've got to be a better football team. You lose, you lose coaches, you lose players. When you lose guys, you want to bring people in, improve yourself in ways that make you a better football team. And that goes for scheme and everything else. From a personnel standpoint and from a scheme standpoint, I like to be more explosive on offense. I like to get more first downs, I like to score more points. Take a little pressure off the defense. We're the third-ranked scoring defense. We'll try to improve on that. Special teams need to get better. You see, we've done a lot of that in the offseason as far as bringing in personnel. We think that's mostly personnel. We can bring some guys in that'll be veteran core anchors that'll help stabilize the younger guys and help give us a chance to bring the younger guys along. Find out, an explosive return game. It's going to be really important for us. And keep, as Aaron pointed out, keep building our offensive line.
In terms of the return game, do you feel like you still perhaps need to add a returner with, David coming off of injury and whatnot?
Yeah, sure, we definitely think we could add a returner. Not to say we don't have guys in house that can do it, because we do, but we want to put some competition in there. We've tried to do that in the off season. It hasn't worked out so far, but we'll keep trying. And the draft is certainly a big part of that.
John, you guys brought in Ted Ryan, and ultimately, like a lot of guys, if they like their team, they go back to their team. But did you guys feel like you were getting close on Ted? And just, is there a lot of guys out there still that have that kick return ability?
There's not a lot of guys out there that have that kick return ability right now. Not to say someone couldn't pop up, but we might evaluate further and decide on a guy. It went well with Ted, but it's not so much the visit, how the visit goes. It's more about the economics of it. And he made a decision. He's got an injury situation. He's coming off a knee surgery. That obviously for him, the 1-year deal he got made that valuable to him. So we like him a lot. We'd love to have him.
A lot of guys watch Torrey Smith in college from our area, and you guys get him. You kind of start off like gangbusters. What do you want to see out of him? The next step for him?
Well, for Torrey to continue to become a complete